Alright, so number 9, we have one equation with decimals. And if you notice, the second equation is 3. And the 1.5 is half of 3. So you can multiply that first equation by 2. And we can get a whole number, because it's just a 0.5. However, if you didn't notice that, you can just multiply by 10 and change that to 15 and then get a common denominator from there. But just for simplicity, hopefully that you notice that is, you can multiply by 2 and get it to be whole numbers. So I'm going to multiply this first equation, 1.5x minus 1.5y equals 15. I'm going to multiply this whole equation times 2. And then doing that, I'm going to leave the second equation alone. 3x, negative 3x plus 3y equals negative 30. Alright. So when I multiply this new equation, 2 times 1.5, that will give me 3x. 2 times negative 1.5y will give me a negative 3y. 2 times 15 will give me 30. Okay, so this new one multiplied by 2 is right there. Alright, so now we're going to combine these two equations. There's opposite 0. These are opposite 0. These are opposite 0. 0 equals 0. That's true. So that means infinitely many solutions. Alright, number 10. Got some fractions. So again, I'm going to multiply by a common denominator to get rid of all of these fractions at once. Negative 5 over 3x plus 1 over 2y equals 4 over 5. And then 5 over 12x minus 1 over 8y equals 3 over 10. Okay. Common denominator between 3, 2, and 5 looks to be 30. Because all of these are prime, so 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, so here's essentially what is happening. I'm multiplying by 30. You can think of it as 2 times 3 times 5. Okay, and then down here, 12, 8, and 10. So I'm going to break all of these down to primes. So 2 times 6, and 6 will break down to 2 times 3. So I have 2 squared times 3. That's 12. With the y, we get 2 times 4, and 4 break down to 2 times 2. So I get 2 to the third. 2 to the third. All right. And then with 10, it's just 2 times 5. Okay, so in the previous class we talked about finding least common multiple. So you look at all of these numbers and you have 3 2's is the most. So we're going to need 3 2's. So all of these will be the same. And then we'll need a 3 and a 5. So 8, 5 is 40, times 3 is 120. So common denominator between these guys is 120. So I'm going to multiply this one by 120. And it may not be as easy to do it the same way, so I'm just going to write 120 over here. These are bigger numbers, so you can kind of divide them and you'll be able to see. Alright, so here is the idea. Whatever you're multiplying by, if something is here and also on the bottom, it goes away, and you multiply by what's left. Okay, so this is the same thing as saying 60. Okay, but when you divide that by 3, or 30, sorry, you get 10 left. So basically the 3 is going away, and I got 2 times 5, which is 10. 10 times 5 gives me a negative 50. Alright, the 2 is going to get divided out on the second equation, so I got to multiply 3 and 5, which is 15 times 1, which leaves me with a 15y. And then on the last one, the 5 is going to get divided out, so I just got to multiply 2 times 3 is 6, times 4 is 24. Okay, and you can use the calculator to help you with these, but you do need to be able to find that common denominator. Alright, with the second equation, 120, when we divide by 12, we're left with 10. 10 times 5 is 50x. Alright, with dividing by 8, that leaves us with 15. 15 times 1 will be a negative 15y. And then 120 divided by 10 leaves us with 12. 12 times 3 is 36. Alright, opposites, so they go to 0. Opposites go to 0, equals 60. And 0 is not equal to 60. So this is false. So that means that there's no solution for this one.